Hi everybody, welcome to another video. It's again in English, and as you can see, I'm alone this time, and I really feel happy about the fact that I'm doing videos now on YouTube. Since the beginning of this year, I have done a few with other inspirational women. And there's a lot of thoughts, feelings, and topics inside me which want to come out. And so I give it a go. And it's also a call for you that sometimes you just need to do the first step, and then you do another step and another step. But you need to change direction, or you need to do something. Okay. Today I will talk about the holistic health, about the holistic view on the holistic approach. And you can only be as holistic as your consciousness. Your consciousness is vibration. And as you raise your consciousness, your vibration, you have suddenly another you, or a bigger picture. And this can help you in all aspects of your life. And I want to focus today about the health, and I give you a few examples what I mean. For example, when you've got a sore neck, it can be because you work, it's just an example, in the office and in front of the computer, and you know, most of the times people don't have a really healthy posture, so it's because you don't move enough. Your neck is really becoming stiff, so your aching can come because of this. And then the solution would be to take more breaks, to move a bit more. You know, you can roll your shoulders, you can stand up and open a window and take deep breathing. You can walk around and you just take your time, because a lot of people, they're really stressed, and when you're stressed, you don't take pauses, and then you're like in the down-going circle, because you feel a lot of pressure. You think you need to do it very quickly, and you skip the breaks, and the breaks are very important for your multidimensional being. And so yes, take little breaks and do movement exercises or do breathing exercises, just a few minutes. And what also helps is your view on the situation, because sometimes you can't change the situation, but you can change the way you look at it. Is it really so hard? Is it really so difficult? Because we are human beings here on earth. We have one head, two hands, one heart, and most of the time we act as if we are 10 people on the same time. So you can really take your focus on another level and do one step after the other. And most of the time we can also change the situation. So I remember myself years ago, when I was still working in the office as employee, I was working really a lot, but I didn't dare, or I hadn't in mind going to my chef, my boss, not the chef, to my boss, and to ask him to find a solution in order for me not to work this much. So at a certain point, I realized I'm the creator of my own happiness. And so you can change the situation and feel less pressure and this makes your neck more relaxed, because the neck is one part of the body where you can feel your stress. And the neck is very sensitive, and when you are stressed, your system throws out stress hormones, and that makes your fascia really stiff. And the fascia is actually covering all your muscles, all your organs. It's a very, very thin net connecting everything in your body. And this fascia got really, really thick and hard when you're under stress and when you're not moving enough. So a lot of times you feel stress in the neck. So when you change your perspective on what is, this can help. And when you change the situation, maybe work less, ask somebody for help. A lot of times we are afraid of asking for help. We think that we are weak, but you are strong if you ask for help, because you are worthy enough to do the best you can, and this can sometimes be ask for help. Okay. What else is there on a holistic view on a sore neck? This can also be because, for example, you are wearing shoes which don't fit you. For example, as a woman, if you wear high heels, and this means already your feet are probably squeezed into the shoes, and all the muscles going up there are kind of moved because of your shoes, and this can have an effect on your neck. So everything in the body is connected, and this is just an example how your sore neck can happen. So this can be something, and most probably it can also be all of it. It can be that you don't move enough in the office, that you are stressed and then you're wearing the wrong shoes, or probably you have had an injury years ago on your back, and because of that you're still kind of in imbalance with your back or with your body. This can also be. Or it can also be that an emotional trauma in this lifetime or in another lifetime is still stressing you, and it shows up in the neck. So it can help you if you go to somebody who has access to your subconsciousness and find out if there is a trauma giving you the sore neck. Because repressed emotions, actually emotions is energy in motion. If they're really suppressed, they can become a hotspot of pain, and if you don't look at it, there can be a disease coming out of this. And it's even scientifically proven that you can become cancer. You can get cancer when you suppress the emotions, such as anger, because anger is very, very strong. And if you all put it down and keep it in your body, it will show itself sooner or later in a sign in the body. And actually you shouldn't feel guilty about it, or even if it's a situation from somebody in the outside that made you angry, then don't blame somebody else, because everything which happens to you emotionally has to do with you. The outside is just a trigger. And if you release unresolved emotions, then it can be that your neck also is smooth again and doesn't hurt anymore. Then if we go one step further or deeper, there are also possibilities that you had an incident in a past life. For example, in a past life, you were killed here, and maybe for years you haven't felt anything in this life, but suddenly something brings up this unresolved wound, which was physical and of course emotional on different layers, and suddenly you feel the neck and you don't know why. Maybe you have gone to hundreds of therapists and nobody found a solution, and then a lot of times it's just diagnosed with whatever they find diagnosed, or maybe they find out it's not this, not this, not that, then it must be this, or it must be psychosomatic. I don't know if I'm spelling that correctly. Yes, and if you go, for example, to a medium or to somebody who can read your aura and see in past lives, you can find out if there is still something which hangs in your system in this life, but which is coming from an old unresolved happenings. We call it trauma, and of course trauma can also happening in this life. They can also happen in this life, but they can also come from past lives. So, and you have got the possibility to change it, to heal it in this life. Okay, then something else. I mean, I told everything is connected, and for example, if this part of your body, your cheeks or your jaw, the muscles of your jaw are one of the strongest muscles. When maybe during your sleep you press your jaws against each other and you have really tension here on your facial side, then it can be that it shows up also as a sore neck, because everything is connected and this distance is not so far. So even the tongue is connected, everything is connected. So there could be probably also stress, which causes you to bite your teeth. So then of course you have a sore area here and probably also here, and when you release this part also the problem in this area will go away probably. And as you can see, there can be a lot of different kind of problems. It can be physical, it can be repressed emotion, it can be a wrong habit. I mean, nothing is really wrong in the moment, but you can still improve it. It can be not an optimal behavior in this life. So you can all have a look at it. And what else is there? Maybe if you're doing yoga or if you're a bit into spirituality, you probably heard of chakras. Chakras are circling energy fields in the body, and there are the main 7 chakras, there where your leg starts until the top of your head. But then there are also chakras out of your physical body, and then there are some chakras which are mostly not talked about. But the neck is a part of the throat chakra. So, and the throat chakra has to do with the truth, has to do with communication, has to do with self-expression, with creativity, with what you feel, what you think. And if you are not truthful with yourself, it's also, you lie to yourself. Even if you lie to other people, if you hide yourself behind whatever and you're not authentic, then it can be a blockage in the throat chakra, which can give you tension, of course, in this area. Maybe you know it. It feels like there is something really tense there, but it can, of course, also have an effect on your shoulder, on your neck. So this can be also a theme of your blocked throat chakra. And also somebody who can see your aura or feel your aura can see the blockage. And what can you do? So there are gemstones which can help you, because gemstones vibrate very high. And if you have stones in a certain frequency, in a certain color, they will help you to clear or to bring in balance again your chakras. And there are special stones for the throat chakra. If you go to a spiritual shop where they have stones, or if you go to somebody who is really into the stones and into the chakras, they can help you to harmonize your throat chakra. But on the other hand, it also makes sense when you actively use the forces of your throat chakra, meaning you speak out your truth, you speak in front of other people, you are creative. Actually, your soul speaks through your throat chakra. What do you really want to do? Do you still keep yourself small? Do you still hide your light? Or do you really want to be the best version you can be? Then just be it. And then, yes, by the time also your throat chakra and other chakras will be more in balance. And of course, healing takes time. Miracles can always happen. But as this example with the aching throat showed you, that can be a lot of different aspects bringing you the pain. And most of the times they're different sources, as I told. And so layer by layer, you heal. Or you can even go to a healer and he will help you clean your ethereal eras. But then if you still continue to have a stressful life, and if you still afraid of talking, of speaking out your truth, then probably you will still have problems in your throat chakra, or you probably still have an aching neck. And the neck and the shoulder, it's most of the times it's really a sign when you think of it. What do you carry around with you? Because if you have got sore feet, most probably there's something else who wants to be cleared. But if it's this part of the body, it has also to do with letting go of belief systems which don't bring you further, letting go of the idea how you should be, how your life should be, and just let go of things which don't serve you anymore. And of course, it's one thing after the other, but really be courageous and clear your life, clear your surrounding, and take care of your body, take care of your feelings of your multidimensional beings, and be open to raise your consciousness. Because if you may be new to spirituality, or if you have just come across by accident, there are no accidents, I mean, but if you came to my video when you're probably a bit suspicious, or it's very new for you, be open. Because if you're open, your energy flows this way, that you can receive information which suits into your frequency. And if you're open, things can come to you. If you're closed, they cannot come to you because you're closed. That's as simple as it is. So if you're open, then you will maybe suddenly be drawn to somebody or something which can help you to heal you holistically. And you know, this was just an example, and I can bring other examples. For example, regarding the food, the more you expand your consciousness, the more you find out, oh, I want to change something, because you have changed your frequency and your consciousness. And the more you're into the heart, for example, the more you want to become a vegan, because it's love for everything. And don't let yourself stress. If you're in the head, it feels stressful. If you're in the heart, it's natural. So just live your life and be open, and change your life step by step. Because I'm into health all my life, and I grew up in a family where health was very important, and I dealt with it also later as an adult, privately, and then I did some educations regarding movement, relaxation, and nutrition. And yeah, I read a few books, and then I raised my consciousness. I raised my consciousness, and suddenly I was aware of new things, and that's why I can help you, give you a few information about holistic health and about the holistic view and the holistic approach. Okay. And as always, what I say is, you know, just an extract of a topic which is really, really deep. And my idea is, with my blog articles and with YouTube videos, whether it's on my own or with other people, it's to inspire you, to bring information, but also to animate you to go deeper into a certain theme. And maybe you are now drawn to an alternative therapy, or maybe you just want to move more as spring is arriving. Maybe it takes you out in the wood, you want to move, you want to change your food habits. So whatever feels good to you, do it. And if it doesn't feel right at the moment, leave it away. Because a lot of people, they stress themselves because they want to do 100 things on the same time. And start with one thing or two things and really listen to your body. And if something really feels good to you, then do it. Of course, healing doesn't always feel easy. Sometimes healing is, you know, just bringing up some hidden things, and then it hurts again, or repressed emotion comes up and wants to explode because it wants to be released. And so it can be, healing can be sometimes really turbulent, it can be hurting, but because you have been stuck maybe in a certain idea, and suddenly your picture of yourself and the picture of the world has changed upside down, and this can be I don't know, this can maybe trigger your ego, because suddenly you realize what I thought was true is probably not true. So this can be or will be a process, and healing and changing yourself and raising your frequency is a way. And sometimes it's very easy, and sometimes it clicks and clicks and clicks, and sometimes it's hard. So also accept it, but don't stay in a victim mode. Come out of the victim mode and accept what is, and be open for a change. And both is possible. Pure self-love for what is. This is the feminine energy, the yin energy, the acceptance, to embrace what is. Don't fight against something. And then do the first step to change something. And movement, activation, and change is the masculine energy, the yang energy. So both are possible on the same time. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, for watching. Thank you very much for following my account. And the most important thing for me is to just bring out my thoughts, my feelings, and my view of the world and my view of the universe. And I'm happy about that, and I feel happy if it makes you happy. And even though if it triggers you, it brings you forward, because I know sometimes people are really happy about my words, and sometimes it triggers something and I don't want to look at it, and I cannot influence this. What I do is giving information, and I have no control over your reaction. So thank you very much, and I wish you all a wonderful day, or whenever you are watching this video. And I'm really looking forward to the next video, whether it be in German or in English, or whether it be on my own or with other wonderful women. And together we are strong. Bye bye.